Now, a massive class action over 60 billion rand is on the cards against the country's commercial banks. Homeowners who have lost their homes for various reasons, which include non-payment of bonds, are taking the banks to court. They say they've been unfairly treated by the banks, which sold their homes for a fraction of the value. Today, Newzroom Afrika is visiting some individuals who have lost their houses due to unpaid monthly payments to the respective banks. Ziniko Mhlaba joins us live from Everton. A very good morning to you, Ziniko. So we do know that in many instances where banks would be auctioning off houses, it would be to the fraction of what the property value is, simply because they just want to recover their own costs. What's the basis of this class action against the banks by these homeowners?
Well, a very good morning to you, Katlego. Actually, what you just summed up very nicely is exactly what this class action is attempting to undo, or at least to put a stop to, in terms of people being evicted and obviously having their houses being sold at a fraction of the value of the very same house. So this is a case, or this is a class action that really started way back over 10 years ago in 2013, where homeowners, really came together. Especially these were the individuals who had, being, evicted out of their houses for different reasons. There are people who have been telling us that they were evicted, 15 years after 15 years of being in that arrangement with a particular bank. So if maybe you've got a 20-year house bond and you've paid a minimum, or you've paid about 15 years, and you lose your job for any other reason, then the banks obviously will start that process of trying to recoup its money, to an extent of maybe saying, we want to take this house for you, we sell it so that we get the money that we want. And those individuals are saying that we've fully paid our bonds. We do have letters that are confirming that our bond has been fully paid. However, the banks decided to sell a particular house. So these are different reasons, but at the core of this class action, they want this issue of being evicted from the house being declared unlawful. But on top of that, they are saying that those who have been victims already of these evictions, that they must be compensated, and the court must make that particular order. So that's what this class action is about in terms of the core mission, or what they are trying to achieve as an objective. So as you said, that today we are visiting some of these individuals that just to get their personal stories. As we are here now in Everton, we're here to meet Nkulu Moipoli. She got into her home in 2006, and 10 years into that contract with a particular bond that had given them that house, a father, or the husband of Moipoli, obviously was injured at work, and he could not continue with work. Therefore, he couldn't pay the bond, and they found themselves being kicked out of that house by the bank. So I'm going to bring her in so that she explains her particular story and what is it that she's struggling with on a daily basis. As you can see, that we're at an informal settlement right now. So she's going to explain how she got to this particular area, to be specific. Nkgono, thank you very much. Kupa o re hlalosetse me gore ntlo ya hao o ithotse jwang neng o ipone o tswa ko yona jwang ka circumstances tse di jwang.
Ke fumane ntlo ena ka ithola ka tswa ka 99 Everton, ke dula Everton, ka ya ntlong ena ka 1999. Then after 99 ka 2007 maponisa a fitla nka ntlo, maponisa ka dibene tse 7 a nka ntlo, ebile a na le director as a Mhlala, le director ya seponisa ba fitla ba nka ntlo ka bene tse 7. Setšhaba sa teng se tletse dibene, ka ba ka lwana gore ke na le ntate a lemetseng, jwale ha a tswa ka ga ntlo ke lo dula kae, e be le gore thotho yona e tswile already.
Imaganyane gore kopa o explain gore go tsagetseng gore bank e batle go ntsha mo ntlong. Kopa o explain that part gore le dutse mona from 1997 go tsagetseng ntwe ena e tse gore bank e nke ntlo ya gona. What happened?
Ntate o la le mala mosebetsi a kena sepetlele, a kenya dikgepse a dula fatshe makgowa ha ya mosebetsing a tla mo checka ba mo isa docteng tsa bona ba fihla ba hlalosa ba nhlalosetsa hore ha a sa kgona hore a ka sebetsa ka ema ka sheba ho tla etsahala ntate a fumana tjheletenyana ka ya mo bank e sa le People's Bank mo ne ke rekile ntlo teng e be le hore ntate o patala 13,000 mo bank after 13,000 eo ne so be nako e kae fela ke sa hopola dipampiri ba ke na le dipampiri ha ke tsebe nako e ne le nako e kae so fita maponisa ba batla ntlo ena ke be ke bua hore ntlo ena mose ke rekile jwale nna ha ke so re ke rekisa ntlo lona le e batla jwang ntate ke mo behe kae bane o lemetse e be le hore maponisa ana taba mara ka nako eo e ne le to December and then ka February ke mona mo di bene se di fitla tse ngata tsena ntlo e senkua se ke tswela ka ntle le ntate eo a ntse a lemetse jwalo re swetse ka ntle ke dutse ka next door for 2 years after next door for 2 years ke lokisa dithotho tsa ka gore di ye kae matlo a 7 kaofela ka hara zone 10 ba ile ba nka thotho tsa ka nka appointa le matlo ao le beng ba ona then ho tloa mono ya ba ke ya ka hara family e ileng ya nkuka zone 11
alright nkgolo ke a bona yanong ke tlo summarize nkgolo mara ke uthotse ke tlo itlhalosa mona bo ba boeng ke lebogile nkgolo wa ka Katlego that's an elder a senior citizen she's over 60 she's been staying in these particular informal settlements since 2021 she had to move here after just staying at different places but then she decided to get this particular informal settlement where she bought this yard for 15,000 she's been staying here for the past 5 years and obviously the conditions of this informal settlement is very bad because it gets flooded. I think wherever we are this is a flood line, this is an area where if there are floods all these particular informal settlements find themselves being engulfed with water. So this is the story of Nkulume Ipone. We'll be talking to other victims of evictions as we build up to that class action, especially the court hearings which are scheduled to start on Tuesday at the Johannesburg High Court.
Yeah, very sad situation there for many of those homeowners. That's Ziniko Mhlaba out in Everton speaking to those that are part of that class action suit.